when people don't show up, kind of alluding what came up to me is people have said I have imposter syndrome or procrastination. Some of these things happen, and I think people begin to question themselves, or they are hearing these voices in their head of, who do you think you are to?
Mm,
Okay. And
mhm,
what came up for me is, who do you think you are to not do it? Right.
mhm,
Um, if we can flip that around. And uh, I think more about holding back and the audacity of doing that and not living it to your fullest is the thing that um, I think we need to swap out for. So I wanted to get your opinion on that and your thoughts, and then I'm looking forward to us to talking about what are the steps we can take to connect to our purpose.
yes. So I just have to tell you, I've been nicknamed by some dear, colleagues and friends and clients who have said to me, "Jen, you're the royalty of the reframe." So what Trina just did is a great example of what it looks like to be royalty of a reframe. So it is taking something and sort of, like, saying, like, "What would be the empowering aspect of this narrative that, like, truly does serve me and help me to understand more about my purpose." And so what I'm hearing you offer, Trina, to the audience that's listening today and that those who will tune in the future, like, is really this opportunity to say, like, "Hey, you know, like, that, like, sort of, very, very cliche term of imposter syndrome, or these, like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not, like, I'm n who how could I possibly be the one?" Or that, like, that insecurity arises when you're in something that is, like, sort of stretching you, that possibility model that you're shaping. And Laverne Cox actually talks about being a possibility model, and I really respect that, like, that phrasing, comes from Laverne Cox. And I think to myself, like, that possibility model that we can all be for ourselves. Like, could we see ourselves in another way that isn't necessarily how we perceive someone else to be seeing us, or how we are experiencing ourselves in the moment, and question and just bring up a gentle inquiry. And that's actually one of the next steps for me about connecting to the heart, is really, and which the heart for me is around purpose, is that idea of, like, can I have some compassionate inquiry for myself? And I'm trained and and done some work around facilitation of circles and really working with compassionate listening. And when I think about compassionate listening to ourselves is where it all begins.